Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do a first impression on a foundation and a concealer that's not new by any means. It is, however, new to me. This has been around for quite some time, but I've never reached for picking up. I did get this gifted to me in a care package a little while ago. Miss Lauren King did send me a care package with a bunch of unused brand new makeup, and she sent in the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. She did send me 3 shades. I've never tried a Smashbox foundation or pretty much any products from them except their photo finish primer way back in the day, and I told her I wasn't exactly sure what my shade was, but based off of the swatches and looking at pictures online, I told her I thought I may have been the shade 3.2. So she was kind enough to send me 3.1, 3.2, and 3.35. And then she also sent me 2 concealers that I haven't tried yet. And this is also from their Studio Skin Flawless, their 24-hour concealer, sorry. And the 2 shades that she sent was medium warm golden and medium warm. So both of these shades look like they would be pretty good. I think because this one has more of a salmon peachy undertone, I can use this to cancel out my dark circles. As you guys can tell, they are pretty bad. And then I can try to go ahead and brighten up my under eye and highlight my area with the lighter shade. So like I said, I know that this is not new, and I don't actually know much about this foundation, so I have everything pulled up from the Sephora app, sorry, couldn't think. And I was trying to figure out how many shades they had. It looks like they have 39 shades. Kind of a strange number of shades, but okay. So I'm just gonna read you pretty much everything that it says in here. It says that it is a comfortable, natural, matte, long-wearing liquid foundation that hydrates and won't settle into pores and fine lines. It won't oxidize or transfer for up to 24 hours. And it's for normal, dry, combination, oily skin, medium coverage, natural finish, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And it will cost you $36. I'm gonna look for the concealer. Okay, so the concealer runs you $24, and there are 30 shades. It is a 24-hour creamy formula with medium to full buildable coverage that color corrects under eye circles and conceals without creasing or settling into fine lines. So that sounds like something I am looking for. So I'm going to prime my face with the Touch in Sol No Pore Blum Primer. It's a smooth and pore covering, top secret for perfect makeup, and I'm just going to add this all over my face. I'm also going to go in with a very small amount of my Milk Hydro Gripping Primer, and I just like to apply this by my nose area, just because that for some reason it doesn't matter what I do. I have no foundation or nothing just sticks onto my nose. It's just constantly separating. So this has just been working really well for me. And whatever left over, I'm just gonna run it by my smile lines and just the rest of my T-zone. And as you saw, I put the smallest amount. So this is in the shade 3.1. This doesn't look too bad. This actually looks kind of perfect. But then we also have 3.2. And then this is 3.35. I think I'm going to try 3.2. Like I said, it just looks like I don't mind being tanner. I prefer to be tanner than a little lighter. So I am just going to, yeah, this may work. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with 2 pumps, and I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna slowly just start working all over my face. And I do have combination skin, acne prone, and some hyperpigmentation. So I don't normally go for a natural foundation. I much prefer something with full coverage or medium to full coverage, just so I don't have to put too many layers. And this looks pretty natural. So I'm really hoping I like this. The shade looks really good. The coverage is very, very natural. So I'm just going to build this on my cheek area. So it's not covering all of my hyperpigmentation. It looks very skin-like. And I'm looking at my larger mirror over here. And I'm going to keep this away from my under eye area. So I'm going in with another pump. So I used a total of 5 pumps of this foundation. But my skin doesn't look cakey. It's still very natural looking. I may get more coverage if I was using an actual brush. But if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know I don't have a really good foundation brush. So that's why whenever I do my first impressions and reviews, especially when it comes to foundations, my hair's just being annoying. I always use a sponge. So first initial thoughts on this foundation. It's very natural, it's very lightweight, it doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. It looks really, really good, but it's not covering what I need it to cover. I'm more of a medium to full coverage girl, like I said. I have some hyperpigmentation that I want to cover. I'm gonna see if the concealer is going to help with that. The foundation looks really good. And as you saw, I did use 5 pumps of this foundation and nothing looks cakey. Everything still looks really skin-like. The color matches really well, and I'm in shade 3.2 if you guys are similar to my skin tone. So now what I'm gonna do is just put this aside for a little bit, and I'm gonna start working with the concealer. Like I said, I'm gonna go in with the darker shade first because I do have pretty dark eye circles and I really want to try to mask that first. So this has a really nice felt tip, and we're just going to, this is actually a really nice color. So I am just going to work. Probably should have done one eye first. And this is just one dip. I'm not adding any additional product. I just want to cancel out any kind of darkness. And I do have a little bit by my mouth area. So let's see how this works. Normally I like using a brush. I usually use my Morphe E8 brush, but I'm just going to try to keep everything kind of natural and just see how this works. And I'm just going to work by my mouth area first. And that blended out really nice. Okay, so now let's just work on the under eye area. That's actually blending out really nice. Okay. And I'm just gonna take whatever is left over on to my eyelids, just so everything is a nice, even canvas. So that's what that looks like with the medium warm, which is the darker concealer. I'm gonna go in with the medium warm golden, just to highlight and brighten the under eye area. And I'm just going to add this just right here. The concealer feels, it has a really thin consistency. Not super thin, but not, it's more creamy and lightweight than anything else. Just going to add a very small amount just in certain areas. Just start working that blended in really nicely. And I'm just adding it on my forehead and just ever so slightly down the bridge of my nose, just because I want to balance everything on my face. Okay, so I pretty much blended out everything, and I'm really liking the way this looks, minus it not being a full coverage or more medium. It's more of a, I mean, they weren't lying when they said it's more of a natural finish. I'm pretty sure you can probably build this up. I'm gonna see if I can add just another small amount onto my cheek area, just because I am curious if it's going to cover. And it's not too bad. I can still see a little bit peeking through, but it's not bad at all. Just depending on how dark your hyperpigmentations are, because I know a lot of people, or how bad your redness is, you may just want to color correct or just try to conceal before using this foundation. But so far everything is looking pretty good. I am going to set my under eye area. Actually, I should probably, and I'm just setting everywhere I added a little bit of concealer. And the powder that I am setting with is my Dermablend. And as you can see, I didn't bake. I'm just going to push this powder in. So I'm going to do the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back on camera and let you see what everything looks like overall, and then give you my final thoughts on this product. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. I actually forgot to film this part for you guys, so the makeup has been on my face for a couple of hours already. So I do have final thoughts for you guys. In the beginning, I really wasn't sure if I was going to like it, just because, like you guys know, I like more of a medium to full coverage foundation, and this I felt was more on the light natural, because that's what it's claimed to be, more of a natural foundation, to medium build. And now that it's been on my face and I I didn't bake. I pretty much just went about my makeup as naturally as possible. Did a little bit of bronzer. I added a little bit of powder to set my face, and I didn't use a powder that doesn't have any real coverage. I went in with my Sephora Micro Smooth bronzing, wait, no, not, this is not bronzing, baked powder, and this is in the shade 35. This is what it looks like, and it literally just gives you a little bit of warmth to your skin, and that's why I like using it. I usually like buffing this into my skin, especially if I'm baking. Just buff everything away so it gives me back a little bit of color, just in case whatever baking powder I'm using makes me look a little washed out. So this is always great for that. And like I said, it doesn't add to the coverage portion of this. At first, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. I didn't really think it's something I would wear out, but now that everything has been on my face and with everything on, I'm actually impressed and surprised how much I actually really like this. I would recommend, if you are looking for something to, if you have hyperpigmentation skin and your spots are a lot darker, I would definitely recommend, if you wanted to try this foundation and the concealer, to do a little bit of spot correcting before or after. But if you're looking for a really nice natural looking foundation that looks like skin, but it does give you a really, I don't want to say it's flawless, it just looks really good. My skin looks good, and I don't say that often, especially when it comes to foundations. I don't feel like anything looks cakey, and like I said, this has been on my face for a while. I am having just a very small amount of breaking up on my nose area, and just a very tiny bit just starting by my smile lines, but it's not an issue at all. I'm pretty sure if I just went in and that pretty much fixed it. Everything just looks really good. All the products worked really well with it, and the concealers I was really happy with as well. I didn't feel like I needed a lot. In case you forgot, I am in the shade 3.2. This is seriously my perfect shade. I do have two other shades that I'm pretty sure I could just mix together to make a very similar shade. Obviously, one is lighter, one is darker. And then the concealer shades that I went in with, this is what I used to color correct any dark circles underneath my eyes. This is in medium warm, and medium warm golden is a little lighter, and I just used a very small amount to brighten up underneath my eye area. I didn't do any baking like you guys saw. I just went in with my Derma Blend powder, and I just went about just trying to keep this makeup as simple and natural as possible. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't have really anything else to say. If you are looking for something really natural and long wearing, it's not separating, and like I said, I've had this on for a couple of hours. I don't know exactly how long, kind of lost track, but so far I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results with this foundation and concealer. My camera keeps overheating on me, but just to wrap up this video, I am pretty happy and impressed with this foundation overall. Like I said, I didn't really think that it was going to be something that I liked, but I really do. So if you guys are looking for a natural foundation, something that just makes your skin look really nice, I recommend just giving this a shot. If you're not sure how you feel about it, just go to the Sephora and go wherever they sell it, and you can ask them for a sample, try it out for yourselves. But for me, I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. And yeah, I guess I'm going to end this video here before my camera overheats again, and then I'm just gonna have to try to remember where I ended the last part before it cut me off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick first impressions mini review on the Smashbox Studio, what is this called? Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation and the concealers to go with it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.